So we'll just begin in our usual fashion, taking up a nice shoulder width stance. So it's a generous, wide stance. And the knees are just a little bit soft. Tailbone sinks down, top of the head lifts up. So we just feel that nice extension in our spines, the tailbone heading south, top of the head going north. We just feel a lengthening. We move the tailbone a tiny bit to the front and move the chin a little bit to the back. And then the mind concentrates down into the belly. Just going to gently turn and see how our back is today. It'll turn, just check out, just to see if there are any kind of warning signs, anything that doesn't feel quite right. And then we can release and allow the hands to gently tap. We can just bring a little bit more focus to where we're tapping this morning. Lift the hands a little bit higher so they just tap on the bottom of the ribs. Just engage with the kidneys. So this morning, we'll venture back into our MingJue meditation, perhaps for the last time, not quite sure, we'll see. So this MingJue meditation is about sort of bringing clarity to your self-healing. So as you may have noticed, there's this part in the meditation where we start to say, shoo, S-H-E-O-O-O, S-H-O-O, whatever you want to spell it. It's actually X-U in Chinese or pinyin, but shoo. And shoo is about refining the quality of the qi deep inside your body. So when we start off the meditation, and we're calling Shen Ji, we're trying to bring our attention to Shen Ji Palace up in the head. Actually, I'll take a little side step there and just say that normally the simplest thing to talk about is upper dantian, middle dantian, and lower dantian. Lower dantian being deep inside your belly, upper dantian being in your head, middle dantian being just sort of heart level behind the breastbone, that kind of thing. And it's just an easy way to reference them. Dantian means altar in Chinese, but it also has the kind of feeling of field as an energy field. And so dantian is a fairly universal phrase used throughout Tai Chi and Qigong and martial arts. But I think from an older system comes the three palaces. And I always quite like the idea of a palace. As I often say, we're talking about Shen Ji Palace, which is in your head, which is the same as upper dantian, which is in the center of your head. So it's just another word for the same thing. I often think about Shen Ji Palace, and I think, I don't know, I think of the Crystal Palace, actually. I imagine how the Crystal Palace must have looked in the 1820s in London. on a dark night when everything was lit inside and all the sort of the marvelous lights shining out into the darkness. And then I sort of think, I don't know, I've seen pictures of Russian palaces. I don't know, the Summer Palace, can't put my mind to it. But with sort of, you know, bright lights inside and all dark outside, and how beautiful it looks. So I like to think of Shen Ji Palace like that. That's my kind of imagery. This place deep in the center of your head. And it allows this sort of idea of illuminating your brain from from the inside. And then middle Dantian is called Hunyuan Palace. So Hunyuan Palace is all the kind of Hunyuan Qi, the entirety Qi here in your body. And then down in the belly is Mingmen Palace. So we're tapping onto Mingmen Gate at the moment, which is on the small of your back. And the Mingmen Palace, that's the gateway to the palace inside. So some people say, is Lower Dantian and Mingmen Palace at the same place? And there's a slight debate about that. But I think the answer is yes. I think they're just three identical locations with three slightly different names that come from a different era in Qigong, as it were. So if you hear me refer to Shen Ji Palace, I'll always say Upper Dantian anyway, but I just like using the other terminology. I quite like the idea of the palaces deep inside your body, these rich places that emanate light. It just sort of seems to fit with me, the imagery. So let's just slow this exercise down a bit, open up slightly and stretch out further. So to try and regain the original thread of my story, Shen Ji Palace, we call Shen Ji, and we try to find this moment where our consciousness kind of awakens. And then that's, we take the sort of journey out into the universe, bring back universal consciousness inside, and then let it flood through our bodies. So when we have this idea that we've now got this, you know, wonderful universal chi flowing around, and we've got consciousness at work in our bodies, we then start to say shu, and the idea of shu is that it just brings a gentle refinement. It helps you to go deeper or integrate the chi deeper into your body. So we turn shu and eventually we go to silence, but we're thinking shu. And there's this interesting instruction that lies afterwards, which is find the moment before shu naturally arises. And that I find is absolutely fascinating. That is the key to the entire universe for me. I love it. It's that kind of moment before you have to think or say shu. Where does it come from? Perhaps you just never say it again, who knows? But I think that, you know, sometimes there's this kind of urge to continue just to say shu, and you observe the moment before that thought arises. And that is absolutely crystal present. Absolutely consciousness as clear as can be. And you can step back and gently observe that arriving. So for me, that's a really potent moment. I love it. And I think you can dwell in it for a moment or two, and there's no hurry to allow yourself to say shu. Eventually, we have this idea that we're so in contact with consciousness, with our chi, that we're then able to use that for healing. So in this meditation, it asks us to heal other people. There's just a little sort of dimple in that little story there. Came from my colleague John, who said, you know, but how do you know what chi somebody else needs? You sort of think, yeah, okay. And so we eventually settled on the terminology, send unconditional love. I think that's it. I think anybody can do with unconditional love. And then, of course, finally, turn it back on yourself. Draw this healing chi through your body and make it heal whatever's required. So let's just run through that process one more time. So let's set the hands slow down. We'll just do our normal warm-up set anyway. Whole body relax. Let's gather chi, lift up. Pour down. Draw down. Shen Ji Palace. Hunyuan Palace. Mingmen Palace. Chi flows. Gathering. Deep into Shen Ji Palace. Illuminate Shen Ji Palace. Draw the chi down into Hunyuan Palace, deep inside your chest. And then settle the chi down into the Mingmen Palace. And then release the hands. And again. I'm sure the palaces fell out of favor with the sort of communist era. So it's definitely much sort of older idea, having nice palaces inside your body. I don't think it fits with Mao. That's Tung. Okay, so let's just do some simple forward and back bends. We can just gather the hands up one more time, lift up, and stretch up. And then let's just gently tip over. Head, arms, and ears. Roll into the upper back, middle back, lower back, and just let the body settle and sink. Back of the neck relaxes. Allow the whole body just to gently hang here. Tummy softly tucked in. Okay, so first extension moves gently down towards the toes. And then release. In line with the roots of our toes. And release. Let's work ourselves towards the insteps, gently getting deeper. Release. Back towards the heels. Great. Body just hangs and relaxes. Tailbone lifts up behind. Tailbone pushes to the front. Spine starts to assemble. Arms and ears come up as one piece. Drop to full height and stretch. Release knees and hips gently forward as you lean back. Up and gently back. Up and back. Up and back. Good. Hands up into the blue sky. Stretch. Arms and ears tip over. Oh, hang on. We haven't done a side bend. Sorry, stretch up. Let's do the side bend, left hand side down. Down the right hand side. On the left. And on the right. Good. Lift the hands up into the blue sky. Okay, so let's go through the whole process again. Nice soft knees, stretch hands up, head and arms go over, upper back, middle back, lower back. Body gently relaxes down. Tummy tucks in. Great. Softly extend towards the toes. And release. In line with the roots of our toes. And release. In line with the insteps. Release. Back towards the heels, nice deep bend. And release and relax. Body gently hangs. Lift the tailbone up behind. Push the tailbone to the front. Roll the spine up. Head, arms, and ears gently roll up. Stretch. Knees and hips drift forward. You lean back. Up. And gently back. Up. And back. Up. And back. Hands up in the blue sky. Left hand drifts down. Right side of the body open. Right hand down. Now the left hand side of the body to open. On the left. And on the right. Good. Stretch the hands up into the blue sky. Let's do this exercise with legs straight now. So straighten the legs just to give the hamstrings a stretch. Arms and ears gently over. Upper back and middle back and lower back. Let the body relax and hang. Keep the legs as straight as you can. Shift the weight a tiny bit forward to the toes. Feel the hamstring extension. Softly down towards the toes. And release. In line with the roots of your toes. Release. Toward the insteps. Release. Back towards the heels. Body relaxes and hangs. Tailbone lifts up behind. Tailbone pushes to the front. Spine gently rolls up. Head, arms, and ears gently roll up. Stretch up. Knees and hips drift forward. You lean back. Up. And back. Up. And back. Up. And back. Hands up into the blue sky. Left hand drifts down. Right hand down. On the left. On the right. Draw hands up into the blue sky. Last time through the process then. Stretching up. Arms and ears curl over. Upper back. Middle back. Lower back. Body relaxes down. Body hangs, back of the neck relaxes. Legs stay straight. Gently stretch towards your toes. And release. In line with the roots of your toes. Release. Head towards the insteps. Release. Working back towards the heels. Release, relax, body hangs. Lift the tailbone up behind. Push the tailbone to the front. Roll the spine up. Head, arms, and ears gently come up. Body stretch up into the blue sky. Nice long stretch. Knees and hips drift forward. You can lean back and up. Back and up. Gently back and up. Last time. Back and up. Left hand curls down. Right side of the body gently opens. Right hand curls down. Open on the left. Down on the left. And down on the right. Good. Stretch up into the blue sky. Okay, so just let the hands release gently down the sides. Let's gather chi a few times. And pull. Move the chi. through the palaces, deep into the belly. So the next time you gather, just bring your hands up above the head into the prayer position. So just gently lift the hands up. No hurry. Just come up into the prayer position. Let the hands gently down over the crown of the head. Gently down in front of the face. Drift the hands down in front of Tanjong, the breastbone. And then we just guide the heel of the hand back along the ribs. Middle finger touches the lowest rib. We turn the thumb to the back and just hold the ribs. Get a wide, wide, wide stance. Sink right down into your knees. So this exercise moves the tailbone, really, principally just the tailbone. So swing the tailbone towards the front and lift the tailbone up, almost as if you could curl it up to touch your forehead. Go to your left hand side, lift the tailbone up at the back, and go to the right hand side. Lift up at the front, go to the left hand side, up at the back, go to the right hand side. Really lifting at the front, go left. Really lifting at the back, go right. And continue. Swirl hips to return chi to lower dantian, as its full title. Okay, one more time. And then bring everything to a stop in the center. Swing tailbone forwards and lift tailbone up. Go to the right hand side. Lift tailbone to the back. Go to the left hand side. Front lift and turn right. Back lift and turn left. Front lift and right. Back lift. Go left. Front lift. Right. Up at the back. Left. And just continue around. Okay, a couple more times around. And then we gently bring the whole thing to a stop in the center. Good. And then we're just going to move tailbone backwards and forwards. So gently move the tailbone forwards and lift it up. Move the tailbone backwards and lift it up. Forwards and lift. Backwards and lift. Forwards and lift. Backwards. Okay, great. Couple more. Very good. Let everything just gently settle into the center. We can just release the hands, hold a ball of chi in front of our bellies for a moment. Hands gently showering lower dantian with qi, qi pouring back from the middle finger into lower dantian. An abundance of qi. The hands gently drift down by our sides and we'll gather qi again, hands deep in the earth, lift up. Gather the energy through the body. Locate the qi deep in the belly. And eventually we can just let the hands hang down by our sides. We can close the feet together into the Shen Ji Qigong stance. Soften the knees a little bit. Nice long straight back. Tailbones tucked forward and chin slightly drawn backwards. Just between the legs, you lift gently, Hoi Yin. There's an acupuncture point between the legs, lifting gently upwards, just sort of closing the lower area, containing all the qi inside the torso. So the 8 phrases of qi. Ding tian li di. Ding song yi chang. Wan jing ne jing. Shen chong mao gong. Yinyang bo qi. Shen Ju Tai Kung. Shen Yi Jiao Ti. Jiao Shen Rong Rong. Jiao Shen Rong Rong. Jiao Shen Rong Rong. Feet connect deep into the earth, head up into the heavens. Heaven qi pours down into your body and earth qi surges up. Our body becomes relaxed. Let the mind gently soften and expand. We take on this humble stance which allows the qi to flow. We clear our minds. No difference between outside and inside. With a clear mind, we gently expand our mind through the whole of our body. Gently drift the mind out into our workspace around us, out into nature around us, out into the cities, out into our counties, out into our countries, out into our continents, eventually out into the blue sky and see our beautiful blue planet. Expand into the blue sky, expand beyond that. Start to feel our solar system, our planets and the sun. Beyond that, Milky Way, galaxies, countless galaxies. Beyond that, you add entirety. The entirety of qi, the vastness that everything is made out of. You sometimes have these feelings that it's completely empty. We even call it space, like there's nothing there. But it's entirely filled with this vast quantity of Hunyuan Qi. This Qi at your disposal. We think about scarcity so often, but the universe is vast. And all of this Qi is yours for the using. So this vast expansion, just gently start to draw your mind back. Start to draw the Qi slowly back towards your body. Imagine as we move ourselves through the galaxies in the solar system, eventually work our way through the blue sky back to our workspace, that we can draw back this fantastic universal energy deep inside our bodies. Allow it to go through every cell of your body. When we expand in this way and let go of our body, we dissolve into Qi. When we gather back from the Qi field, we draw this healing energy inside us. We're breaking through the barriers that keep us pinned in problems, breaking through the parts of our framework that are no longer needed. The stories that we tell ourselves, which are no longer relevant. Gently breaking through, letting go, untangling the knot of stories that have pinned you, tied you in place. We're going to the very depth of who you truly are and seeing that at that level, anything can heal. Anything can change. Anything can be let go of. It also connects us as a class. We feel each other in the Qi field. We connect with each other. We support each other. Everybody in the Qi field supports you too. Dr. Pang, all of the other teachers, the millions of people around the globe willing to help you. And you help them. So working in this beautiful Qi field together, we're just going to set up our standing posture using the kind of traditional Zheneng Qigong opening. It's very simple. We just turn the palms so they face towards the back. Lift the wrists up so they come up to 90 degrees. You can feel your palm gently open. Push the palm forwards a tiny bit and imagine expanding out of your body. Pull the palm back beside your thighs. It's just a very gentle push, but it represents the whole body dissolving out into the Qi field. A very gentle pull, but that is gathering Qi into your body. Just a couple more. Last time. Gathering Qi deep inside. So just let your hands relax, the middle fingers penetrate deep into the earth. Let's gather Qi. Lift Qi up. Bring it up in front of a ball, in front of your belly. A beautiful big rounded ball of Qi. Qi streaming back from your middle fingers deep inside your belly button. Fill lower dantian with Qi. Abundance of energy deep inside. Just turn the palms so they face the floor, and then gently gather your hands to the sides as if swimming through Qi, and draw your hands right to the back. So we're going to try and hold a ball mirroring the one from the front. Curl the arms round, the middle fingers gently projecting qi back into the Mingmen gate on the small of your back. Draw the hands up the side of the body to lightly touch Da Bao underneath the arms. Send qi deep inside. Now the middle field benefits. Just push your elbows towards the back. Release your hands towards the front. Extend out into the blue sky. Draw qi back and send this qi deep inside your third eye. So from the third eye, deep inside the brain, filling up Shen Ji Palace with qi. We gently open the elbows to the side. And as we open the hands out, you can feel the whole body gently dissolve. And the palms to face downwards. Little scoop of the hands. Lift qi up. We gently draw the hands up above the crown of the head. They come together in the prayer position. We can just extend from the heels up into the blue sky. And let the hands drift down over the top of the head. Drift down in front of the face. Drift down in front of the heart. So step on qi is the instruction. You stand on your heels and you open your toes to 90 degrees. And then you step on your toes and you open your heels out to parallel. And just open the heels a little bit wider than parallel. So you have a slightly sort of knock-kneed feeling. Hands open out into a little ball. So we're just lightly touching the fingers together and about a finger's width in between. So we try and keep that little space as it is. And we drop the ball into the belly. So now the belly button is in the middle of your little external dantian, as it were. Soften the knees, tailbone down, spine long. Tailbone gently moves forward. At this point, Hoi Yin between your legs gently lifts upward. And Mingmen Palace in the belly moves towards the Mingmen gate at the back. Sit down, stretch the spine, chin back, Bai Hui lift. So if you're a more accomplished Qigong player, you can just open your hands, hold a ball of qi in front of your belly. So when you're first gathering qi, this little posture here really helps to gather lots of extra energy to support us. But sometimes the hands will just naturally pop apart. And so it just depends on how much qi there is to support this posture. You can try it if you want. But the point is that after a couple of minutes, you tend to find that your hands will just sort of droop down and droop down and droop down. And that's an indication they should probably just have stayed on the belly in the first place. So up to you. Find your standing posture. So now we're going to bring our attention to Shen Ji Palace. Really focus your consciousness deep inside Shen Ji Palace. So how do we find Shen Ji Palace? Go straight back through the third eye, deep into the center of your brain. Come down in Bai Hui, deep into the center of the brain. Go in through your temples, deep into the center of the brain. We're starting to locate this very central spot. As I said, never quite sure. Pineal, pituitary, doesn't matter. Somewhere there in the center. A glowing palace of qi. Qi radiating out through your brain. So let's just relax the center of the head. Relax your consciousness. Then we're just going to say Shen Ji. Shen Ji. Gently calling Shen Ji Palace, using head tone, not a body tone. So we could easily go deep and say Shen Ji, but it doesn't really work. But if we go Shen Ji, you can actually feel it vibrate in your head. Shen Ji. Relax deep in the center of your head. Shen Ji. Shen Ji. Shen Ji. Relax your consciousness. And a little bit quieter. Continue to say Shen Ji silently inside your head. Observe the subtle vibration of Shen Ji. Gently imagine your head by way can open up wide. You can start to expand your consciousness. Venture out into the blue sky. Expand your consciousness out into our solar system, galaxy. Expand your consciousness out to fill our entire universe. Shen Ji. Your consciousness out in the universe. Shen Ji. Empty, but not empty. Shen Ji. Feel that you can merge with the entire universe. And start to draw this universal chi back. Drawing the universal chi back through the galaxies, blue sky, and eventually deep inside you. Allow this universal consciousness to merge with your brain. Gently observe your neck and allow this conscious energy to flow into your neck, into your shoulders, into your arm. Fill the whole of your spine. Move into the upper torso, middle, into the lower torso, down into the tailbone, hips and pelvis, down into the thighs, knees and ankles, down into the feet. Fill the whole of your body with this universal chi. Feel pure awareness throughout your whole body. And now we say Shu. Makes the inner space finer. Helps us to merge better with the universe. Feel the inner space. Inner space merging with the universal chi. Inner space as fine as the universal chi. Now a bit quieter. Deep inside becomes more and more refined. Then into silence. Universal chi is pure. Universal chi is infinite and pure. Merge into the infinite chi of the universe. Inner space chi becomes as pure as the universal chi. Feel the intention before we say Shu. Feel that pregnant moment before Shu arrives. Examine that perfect moment. This is the perfect MingJue state. Merged with the finest chi of the universe. Allow this information to go throughout the whole of your body. Allow your whole body to be bathed in this pure MingJue meditation. Keep saying Shu. Keep your state pure. Allow yourself to send information to another person, other people. From that crystal clear moment before you say Shu, send information, unconditional love. Keep saying Shu. Keep this pure state. But now turn the healing back to yourself. Pour the chi wherever it's needed. So just say Shu a few more times. Send healing into your body to complete the process. Okay, as we slowly bring our healing to a close, we're going to try to hold this Shu state in the back of our minds for as long as we can during our day. Carry this peace and connectivity with you. Carry this pure feeling of healing at the deepest level. Let's just gently draw the hands back. If they haven't been in that little ball, they can form that ball once again. If they have, that's fine. Just let the hands settle. So we bring the hands up into the prayer position, draw them up in front of the heart. Step on chi also means close the feet if they're open. Bring the feet back into the Shen Ji Palace posture. Draw the hands slowly up in front of the face. Up, up, up over the top of the head. Expand up into the blue sky. Just let your knees be soft, let the hands drift down a little bit. Then we open up little fingers, ring fingers, middle fingers. It's a lovely triangle of chi above the head for a moment. Then we split the hands apart and they come slowly down to shoulder height. Little scoop of the hands and gather the hands round to the front, shoulder height and shoulder width, and then turn the chi back to Shen Ji Palace once more. Send chi deep inside. Apadantian chi is abundant. Blood, chi flowing well. We draw the elbows back, and the hands come under the arms, lightly touch Dabao. Send chi deep inside. Middle dantian is abundant. Blood and chi flowing well. All the organs in the body working well. All functions of the body return to perfect working order. Drift the hands gently behind, and then the back of the hands start to move forwards. When they're in line with the side of the body, you can just turn them over so the palms face forward. It's as if you can send a huge wave of chi out into the blue sky. And then let's gather some back for ourselves. Traditionally, the left hand would come onto the belly first for ladies. Oh, sorry, left hand for guys, right hand for ladies. But it doesn't particularly matter these days. It's whatever feels right for you. Draw the chi back, sink the chi into your belly. Let all this chi go deep inside, hold deep inside. Hold the chi, store the chi. Lower dantian chi is abundant. Blood and chi flow well. This incredible healing throughout the whole body works on from here. You set the ball rolling and it continues healing. So feel your body returning to perfect working order. All the functions in your body, perfect working order. So we just start by closing down. Just turn little circles around the belly button. 3 circles anti-clockwise, and that just draws excess chi into the core of your body. And then let's take 3 circles in the opposite direction, closing down, holding chi inside, storing energy, and finishing the set, bringing you back into your body. We've been out in the universe, so these little circles just help to kind of bring us back inside, bring us back to ourselves. So we hold this chi deep inside. As you stand here, imagine your Wei Qi layer. So it's an inch around your skin, 2 centimeters around your skin, a beautiful layer of energy that keeps you safe, a Qi field around your body that protects you. And then you have your Qi body around that, a meter in front, behind, left, right, up, down. Feel this amazing Qi field around you, protecting you, keeping you safe. And just visualize yourself as this Qi being filled with Qi, every cell in your body illuminated from inside, every cell in your body working well. You inside these wonderful fields of energy, safe, happy, well, and all functions return to normal. All functions normal. Put a big smile on your face. Slowly release your hands down by the sides. Let's just move the fingers a little bit, move the toes a little bit, stretch out the legs or stretch out the body, wherever you feel you might need a little stretch. And then we can unmute ourselves and we can all say Haola together. Haola means good already. Everything's already fixed. Okay, so put your hands up in there. 1, 2. Haola. 1, 2. Haola. Last time. 1, 2. Haola. We have a salute for each other, right hand facing up, left hand facing down. Draw the fingers together and then thumbs go on top. So it's called Hunyuan hands. This is kind of like the universe, yin and yang being drawn together. So this is Dr. Pang's version of this, basically. Okay, so thank you very much, guys. Really good to see you. Have a lovely day. Allow that healing to percolate through your lives. And see you soon. Thanks. Thanks, everyone.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye. Bye.